This is my desk. Now, to some it might seem like an awesome setup, but after using it for a while, I've come to find the weak points within it. Also, it's very cluttered and not as productive as I intended. We need to change that. So I partnered with GroveMade to supply me with a ton of their products, which I'll touch on later in this video. I also reached out to my friends at Elgato for a few things as well. But for this minimalistic makeover, I gave myself a project budget to purchase other products to help facilitate this project. Now, if you're like me, you have no problem tearing down a setup and rebuilding it over and over until you get it right. I've been through countless makeovers since moving into this space, and I think I might actually know what I finally want. Right. So the first place to start was removing everything and clearing the space out completely. This is probably the least favorable part, but once you lay the blank canvas, that's when all the magic happens. So let the magic begin. First starting point is the desk. I switched to a sit-stand desk I purchased off of Amazon so that I could go from my Herman Miller Aeron chair to my sit-stand stool or to just outright standing. This is extremely important for your health, especially if you spend 10 to 12-hour days at your desk like I tend to. I ain't lying. Sometimes 15, 16. All right, back to the video. So this desk features a maple countertop, which will match all of the maple wood products I picked out from GroveMade. My goal is not to only have a functional space for working, but also a visually pleasing aesthetic as well. It's all about the vibes. So this maple desktop paired with the GroveMade monitor stand, light desk tray, and maple MagSafe charger really started to encompass the look. I also added the wool felt desk pad, which will add comfort and mobility to my wood surface. And one thing about me, I take a ton of notes. I'm always researching, marking down ideas, and sketching quick notes. So I added a silver notepad for quick note taking, as well as the titanium pen with the maple holder, might I add, to write these very notes. Not only do these silver products match the Apple aesthetic, they also have a premium build to last. I'm loving the look so far. It's really looking good. So as you saw on my previous desk setup, I had two reference monitors from KRK, the big black and yellow speakers. It's time for a change. If you don't know, I'm big on audio. I've had these for way too long, so it's time for an upgrade. I chose the white Yamaha HS5s. They are clean, very flat, and accurate for editing audio. Grabbed a pair of monitor stands from BH Photo to remove the speakers from the desk, reducing clutter and giving me more desk space. I'm starting to get the minimal feel I've been missing. So I decided to remove my LG 5K 2K monitor from its stock stand and add it to a VESA monitor arm, which I also got from Amazon. Now this allows for the monitor to float, removing the monitor stand that once took up space on my previous desktop. Things are actually starting to come together. I found this really dope company called Gantry, and they make 3D printed sustainable lamps. That's definitely a California thing, and I guess it's just the LA in me. But I absolutely love the aesthetic and decided to add this as a lighting source in addition to the Philips Hue play bars. I lined the back of the desk with the play bars, and after adding a Philips Hue light bulb to the Gantry lamp, I was ready to enjoy the benefits of smart lighting and customization. Another item for lighting I also have is a BenQ screen bar that I've had for years, and I 100% love it. I have the older model, but there's a newer model with even more features, and I'll link that down in the description below, along with all of the other items mentioned in this video. Now this screen bar helps light your desk setup while also reducing eye strain, and trust me, it's good. I also added an Apple TV for rare casual viewing entertainment and testing, which rarely happens here as I mostly work, but it's nice to have just in case, right? I also placed my LaMetric clock right under the monitor. This thing is cool for content creators like me, as it shows my subscriber count and updates in real time for every 100 subscribers I gain. It's just a unique way for tracking my progression here on the channel. Now another piece I also added to this Maple Riser was my Apogee Duet 3 audio interface. Now, on my previous setup, I had the second edition Apogee Duet, which was ancient. I mean, very old. The LCD was burnt out, but the preamps were still smooth as ever. Needless to say, Apogee just released this one, so it was a great opportunity to take advantage of the upgrade and have a functional LCD again for monitoring my levels, which is kind of important. Yeah, I needed that. And another item I also added to the riser was this cool Mac Mini hub you can find on Amazon. Now, I know you're saying, but aren't you using the MacBook Pro? And wow, you are correct. This is a USB-C hub with an SD card reader, 3 USB-A ports, 2 USB-C ports, and best of all, the ability to install a SATA SSD hard drive, as well as a M.2 SSD hard drive for super fast, expandable storage, which is ideal for editing videos directly. This is a cost-efficient, fast storage solution, which is way cheaper than what Apple storage would cost you. And it matches the aesthetic by it being silver. Now, right under that hub, I have another silver Thunderbolt 3 hub from CalDigit called the TS3 Plus. I absolutely love this hub. Thunderbolt 3 power delivery, ports for days, DisplayPort, Ethernet port, SD card reader, headphone jack, and more. I mean, the list goes on. It matches the aesthetic while offering all of the ports I could ever need. And yes, I'm using every single port. And next to that, I have a PreSonus Studio Channel Strip mic pre, which goes in between any XLR mic source and my Duet 3. I typically use this for its tube sound characteristic on voiceovers and for driving the game necessary to power my Shure SM7B. I love this microphone to death, but it requires a lot of gain. And with that being said, since we're on the topic of audio, I also had Elgato send me out their Wave XLR mic preamp, as it's minimal and advertised to give all of the gain needed to the Shure SM7B. Clean, crisp, smooth audio is everything. And with that being said, I also requested Elgato audio panels to help with controlling sound reflections and minimizing reverb in the studio. It's very important. And just right of this PreSonus mic pre, we have a couple of black box hard drives from Glip. I use a lot of storage, I mean a lot. And I also have a Drobo 5D3 Thunderbolt 3 DAS drive solution as well for long-term storage. And I keep a couple of SanDisk Extreme Pro external SSDs and maybe a couple of Samsung TS3s and TS5s. You get the point. I use a lot of storage. The next thing I must talk about is the best mouse in the entire world. The Logitech MX Masters, hands down the best mouse I've ever used. This is my 4th MX Master mouse. So that should speak for itself. Perfect ergonomics, buttons, and scroll wheels for editing and everyday tasks or work. Trust me, you will not regret this mouse. This is the MX Master 3. I've owned the Master 2S and the original MX Master. This is my second MX Master 3. Okay, I had to pick up the silver one to match the aesthetic. I'm sorry. All right, let's keep it going. Now, another key component to my desk setup is this Elgato Stream Deck. I know you might be thinking you only see streamers use it, but it's so much more than just a streaming tool. I can program all of my most used Final Cut Pro shortcuts, and I live by this thing. I mean, I do not edit a project without it. I can also program my Philips Hue light controls, music controls, and so much more. This thing is a valuable secret to any workstation. With that being said, it's a secret. Shh. Also, as far as cable management goes, I'm not that big on it. The desk I got from Amazon has grommets for routing cables, but I also need slack in all of my cables for when I raise the height of my desk. All of my surge protectors are inside of cable management boxes, which I've elected to use on this small black stand that I got from IKEA. Now, to be honest, my cables aren't invisible, but they are far less visible than the terrible job I did on my previous setup, or lack thereof. Don't judge me. Don't judge me, y'all. Now, another great small finishing touch I added to my minimal desk setup were these 2 round Tiger Eye crystals. Tiger Eyes assist in promoting mental clarity, focusing the mind, unclogging emotions, and promoting prosperity and many other great qualities. They're my favorite crystals, and I like keeping them around. Every now and then, I burn some Palo Santo, set the intentions for the week, and get to work. It's all about positive vibes. You guys, having a work from home space that you can enjoy visually and also serve you functionally is the way to go. I hope this desk setup has inspired you to build your space with great intentions. I'll leave a link in the description below to everything I spoke about, and also I'll be sure to update you on any further modifications I make. Thanks again to GroveMade, Elgato, and myself for making this desk makeover a success. My name is CJ. This is CJ Unplugged. Join the Unplugged family by hitting the subscribe button, smash that like button if you like the video, and hang around for more dope tech and content. And I do a lot of things. Peace.
No. They say if you can't beat them, then you join them. No. That's no option, I don't join, I always beat them. Yeah. I was fake, you had to find me. Now I'm on beat, skating like I'm grinding. L hit me, said it's all about the timing. If you want the vision, get to spinning. My mama told me trust in God, it's never limits. Now I'm on the scoreboard, running up the digits. I put in work, you know I'm up to get it. Early bird gets the worm and the Yankee fitted. Like whoa, bags under my eyes and you know. Won't complain, I'm tired, I'm on go. For that grip, 10 toes till they swole. For that grip, 10 toes till they swole. Remember those days, those L's, I couldn't sleep right now. I get paid, vacay, I'm staying B-side.